Okay, just recently I received a gift from a good friend of mine, and it is the Zack rabbit. This is the full size set, so it comes pretty much with everything. And I've had a little bit of time to work with it. I wanted to do just a little bit of a review on it because I don't know if a lot of people even know about this. And it's something that I think, should probably get a little more attention than it does. Um, I have used the original Jackrabbit for over 20 years. This is it. And the only thing I've ever done to it is give it a little sharpening. In fact, I did a little video on how to sharpen that because the flutes on the counter bore there, over time, right, over a long time, they get a little bit dull. So you take the drill bit out and you sharpen those flutes, and man, this thing is just like new again, and it just digs into the wood. So if you ever are in a situation where you like to pre-drill your holes and you want to countersink them, right, so they can sit flush, you need to have something like this. This is a super, super handy tool to have. Why is this so handy versus like the traditional, standard issue countersink bits? Well, this one is great because it connects right to my driver tip, right? So here I have a square drive, hex shank, and look at that. And the nice thing about this is that this locks in here and it doesn't come out. So, right, this is what's great about this. Unless I want it to come out, all I have to do is grab that little guy and it just slides right out. So you tell me an easier and nicer way of doing things. Plus, this is absolutely precise. I mean, this is just really nice. The countersink part does not come off. It doesn't come loose like your typical old school countersinks. This is just a really, really nice tool, and it's served me well. And it's going to serve me well for another 20 years, I'm sure. But this thing, when I got this, I was like, man, this is just really nice. I think this is the same family-owned company, but they've changed the name, perhaps because of a family situation. I'm not sure, but Zack Rabbit and Jack Rabbit, and they literally, they look almost identical. But let me show you what it is here. So this is a quick draw holster, they call it, and it's actually very clever. Let me take it out of the sleeve so you can kind of see. It's very interesting how this works. You get 3 different sizes in this particular set. Now you can buy individual sizes. If you want the 7/64, you can just get that one. The green one is 1/8 of an inch, and they're labeled right there, which is really cool. Very easy to see. And the red one is the biggest one, and it's 9/64. So if you want either of these, you can just get them on their own. And in this set, it comes with a little Allen wrench so that you can adjust the length of the drill bit. That's really critical. The back side has great things as well with this kit. It comes with the magnet, which I think is one of the most awesome things with this set is this magnet. And then the plug cutter. Very cool. So if you've never used a plug cutter, I'm going to show you that in a minute. But that's really cool to cover your holes up. Now, with all that, you also get 3 extra drill bits, which are great. And you get 2 reversible drill bits. Now, these guys aren't the type I'm used to using, so they're a little shorter than normal. Actually, I'm going to look to get longer ones. And honestly, I would prefer to have a Phillips with the square, but that's not the way they come. Now, they are a little bit tough to get out, so I'm just going to kind of pry up here. So you can see they're held in there pretty firmly. This one is a Torx with the Phillips. And to be quite frank, I don't use the Phillips. I don't use the Torx much at all. And if I do, I just use a handheld. But I do have a whole set of Torx. I would totally prefer this to be square drive. So I do know that they make a square drive one, but not this particular company, but you can get them. So I'm actually going to see about grabbing that. I do like the idea of a reversible head though. That's cool. And the way that this set works differently than the original, right? The original just goes on any hex shank like that. The new one has to lock into that area right there. So you put it in and that's it. So you're locked in there. So there's a little bit of play, which is something that I don't necessarily love, but that's just the way that works. Now these are impact rated. So this is cool. The set that I've used originally is not, I mean, this was way before impacts were even a thing. But this guy right here is impact rated and very nice quality. So if I put it in my screw gun, just locks in there just like that. So naturally, these things have a little bit of play in them, right? If you've ever locked these in, you know they do. But you gotta give a little to get a little, because the reversible part is cool and it locks in. So it would be nice if they made them a little bit more tight so they didn't have so much play, but you know, we're not gonna change the way these drill bits are made. Now, as far as using these guys, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, drill the hole and then you pull this guy off and you drive the screw. It's that simple. Now the magnet goes on that tip just like that. And that's nice, right? So now every screw you grab onto, it's really going to hold onto it nicely, right? And usually what I do is I just put this in a bucket of screws and basically pulls up a bunch of screws, so you can do it that way too. It's almost like a grabber, but that works nicely. So let me demonstrate how this works. All right, we got on high speed and we'll go ahead, and I've got a couple pieces of wood here. I've actually done some test cuts already. Now, generally, I like to clear the wood chips out of the flutes there. So if you're doing this, do yourself a favor and clear them out. Now, you don't have to, but I like to. And you can see how nicely that just drills down in there. It's just effortless and it's great. So now you want to drive the screw. You're ready to go. I mean, it's just that simple. And now that thing is countersunk beautifully. Now, why, I guess the question would also be is why would you want to pre-drill and countersink, right? Because these screws have a self-drilling tip, right? They also have little bumps on right below the head, which if you haven't used or seen this type of screw before, this is a unique screw, and what it does is it actually helps to counterbore itself. So as you screw this down, if you don't already have a counter bore drilled, this thing will help it go into the wood. Those little nibs, they're called. And with the square drive, you get a lot of torque. So you can actually get this thing pretty deep into the wood, but there's some issues with this. Okay, now you can see how easily, check that out. You can see how easily that went in. This is poplar, which poplar tends to be a little bit of a softer wood. So that's not necessarily a problem getting it in there. If you're building nice quality stuff and you have that hole that you just, you know, created, that is not a very clean hole. So if you want to cover that with a plug, you can't do that very effectively because it's not a nice hole. You have to drill a nice, concise hole like that in order for that to happen. So once you drill a hole like that, now you can counterbore it. So if I want to connect these two pieces, right, it's nice to pre-drill and countersink that, counterbore it. Now that guy's ready for a screw. let's say I really want these two pieces to sit really tight together. And what often happens is if you're drilling two pieces of wood and you're screwing them together, oftentimes you'll get basically blowout underneath there. So when you drive the screw in, it'll actually create little wood chips, and you won't actually get the piece of wood tight. It'll end up looking like this, where there's like a little bit of a void. And that's what we want to avoid, doing that. So that's why we like to use pre-drilling drill bits with counterbores, so that we don't get blowout from this piece and or this piece as we're driving a screw in. So if you do this, you're almost guaranteed to have a smooth connection between the two, but this will actually guarantee it even more. Take the back side of the piece you just drilled and just put a slight counterbore onto the back. Now, when you drive this piece in, you are going to get an absolutely perfect connection, and there's not going to be any gaps or anything. And let's see. And that just goes in without even, trying. It's so easy to get that to go in there. So look at that, nice and tight, very clean. Now that thing is sunk, but if you want to sink it even more, drill it a little deeper. And if you want to counterbore and actually plug it, I'll show you how to do that in a second. So let's take this drill bit and we'll go a little deeper. So we want to counterbore this. The nice thing about the set is it comes with these like markings on the drill bit, and you can see once you get to that point, that line right there, that's your depth for counterboring, and you know that you're at the right spot. So let me go to that depth. Okay, so I just went to that depth, and now you can see I have a very nice hole that I can now fill with a wood plug from my set. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize that plug right there. And this is a 3/8 plug. It's perfectly sized for this countersink set. Go to your drill press and now you can make a plug. Let's go do that. Okay, now a lot of times you'll use the same exact wood that you use to make your piece, so that when you plug it, it's the same color of wood, everything is the same, especially if you're staining it. But sometimes you want to offset the color, maybe make it lighter or darker. But I'm going to go ahead, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and make a plug with this piece of wood right here. Okay, so you saw how simple that was to drill. Now I've got this guy, I can take it out and fill this hole. And you can make a whole bunch of them very simply. Okay, now to remove this, what you need to do is just take a flathead screwdriver or something pointy, stick it down there. This doesn't have to be, crazy. It's not that important, but you just need to pry it out, and generally just stick something down there and just pry it out. The other option would be to, if you were making a whole bunch of these, would be to actually saw it out, and you can use your table saw. You could put a whole bunch of these buns or plugs down here at the bottom and just run your table saw and, resaw it basically, and you're going to create all those buns as they fall out. Use your bandsaw. Now, of course, you're going to have a screw down there, right, that you've obviously screwed something down there, and you're going to want to put glue. But look at how simple this is. If you want to make sure the grain change is going in the same direction, you could do that as well. Just bring this down, or you can alternate the grain. Sometimes it's nice to alternate, but either way, get it in there. And this is super simple. That's it. So now, once the glue sets and it's nice and tight in there, you could then take your sander and just sand it right down, and you're going to end up with a nice, smooth piece. Now, you could also take your chisel, whatever you want to, block plane, to clean that up. Let me show you something really cool. if you have this on your belt, right? You've clipped this on your belt, or let's say your tool bag, and you have this kind of outside of your tool bag, you can go with your drill and put it right in the hole and then just take it out. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. And then you just put it right back in and just reverse the process. And now you've changed your countersink without even taking it out. I mean, this is a really clever system, that right there. I think that is really neat. I do like the way you change or adjust the drill bit. You just put your Allen key in here and you can adjust this to make it longer or shorter. As you can see, I have this one adjusted to make, for long screws. This set, you have to take a wrench and actually undo it. It's very, very tight and it's not coming off, but it makes it harder to get off when you want to. That Allen screw right there, that's actually a really nice little way to adjust it. As long as it stays tight, and there's 2 screws, and the way that this is manufactured, it's not like you're tightening this up on a the flute necessarily. So that's nice, but you can definitely adjust this to whatever length you want. So that's pretty cool. Generally, for 3/4 material, joining 2 cabinets together, this is the length I use. So that's a common size for me to work with. It'll also work with drawer fronts and drawer boxes. So if I have a 5/8 drawer box and I'm attaching a 3/4 inch drawer front, this won't go through that. So this depth is just perfect for all this stuff. But if you have something shorter, it's nice to be able to adjust it, right? To get it shorter. And these sets are just, awesome. They're just so awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and make that one just a little bit shorter because you know what? You might as well have that for something really small. Yeah, but that's really nice. I like the 2 screws. Very sweet. Many people have asked me in my videos what I use, and of course they don't make this anymore, but they kind of do, and that is in the Zack rabbit here. So if you want to get one of these, I would grab them. Sometimes they're back ordered, but I believe right now they have them in stock. I have a link to the website. This is not an affiliate link. I would love to have a partnership with them. But at this point, I'm just, I just did this as a, courtesy video because I got these from a good friend, Johnny. Thank you so much for hooking me up again. This is phenomenal. So I'm super stoked. And the only thing that would make it better, I think, would be having a number 2 square and a number 2 Phillips. That would be sweet. Have the ability to do that. That would be nice. But other than that, go ahead, grab this. Now, this is the full set. Like I said, they have different versions of it. Just a matter of what you want. So take a look at the website and see what you think. But if you've used this, if you know what this is, or if you're old school like me and you've got the original, comment down below. I'd love to hear about what people think about these. You can't find these used. If you do, grab one because they just are, people die with this. They're not letting those go. But Norm Abrams made it, popular back on New Yankee Workshop. So that's how I heard of this. And that's it, man. He did it with these for years and years and years. So absolutely, that was what I was going to try as soon as I started woodworking. And now, it's kind of come around and here's the new version of it. Pretty cool. All right. Thanks for watching. And like I said, comment below. Let me know what you think about this. And if you want to try it, give him a call. All right. Thanks a lot.